Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's a gas day today. I had a slightly long interval between gasses last time, so a slightly shorter one this time to try and catch back up. Be always about a month behind when they get published on the Daily Sudoku channel on the Discord server by Bill Murphy, Philip Newman, and Clover, the gas giants who keep us satiated with genuinely approachable Sudoku puzzles. So I will be having a go at these 5 days worth of Sudoku puzzles, one after the other. See if I can achieve the 2 hat times. I had problems last time out. See if I can achieve the 2 hat times. You get 2 party hats for a very fast time, 1 party hat for a reasonably fast time, and a dinosaur for a slower time. Those are all notional. There will not be an actual dinosaur coming to your house, I promise, no matter what type of dinosaur is designated by the gas giants in their blurbs, which I will read out in a moment. Before then, I want to tell you about, first off, our Fog of War Sudoku ebook coming soon. A story about Sudoku in a time of war, or maybe fog in a time of war, and with Sudoku as our means to get through it. And anyway, that's a Kickstarter. Do look at the link under the video for the Kickstarter. It'll be the first link before all the gas puzzles. And then there will be links to all of the gas puzzles, 2 links for each puzzle. In case you can't use tinyURL, you can play it in F puzzles. Then what else have we got going on? We've got all our apps, including 2 gas apps from these very self-same authors. It's totally separate puzzles that haven't appeared on the Discord, and they are in our gas apps. Thank you so much to those guys for those. And we've also got many other apps. We've got Sven's Sudoku Pad, and you can join our Patreon. There is still just about time to get an entry in. You've got 2.5 days left to get an entry in for Solver in Sudoku Land, Demono's brilliant story hunt. And we'll be bringing you something else next month, and there's always other content on Patreon as well. But let us crack on with the blurbs for these gas puzzles, which start, this is the reason that I said 2 days worth. So what Bill says for October the 15th, my late mother's birthday, he says, "Hey, I'm in the middle of a cute date right now with my girlfriend. We completed an escape room, had Greek food, she beat me at Mario Kart in an arcade, and we're going to a show after this. And I'm just writing this over a pint. She says hi to you all." That is definitionally a cute date. I like it, Bill. Today's gas is 2 classic Sudoku. So normal Sudoku rules will apply, putting the digits 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And I'm sure they will apply in all the puzzles we do today. But Bill has provided 2 puzzles, one called Borealis Dancing, and one called After the Earthquake. And yes, well, Bill actually lives where it is not Borealis. He might occasionally see Aurora Australis, I imagine, but not Borealis. The dinosaur named for these puzzles, the hat time is for both puzzles taken together. I don't know what it is, but we will add up the 2 times. The dinosaur is a pretty Pamperaptor. And then the next puzzle is Procrastination by Philip, one of my favourite hobbies. In today's edition of Philip Uses Gas Intros Like a Newsletter, 1, my surgery is already scheduled. It's in 2 weeks. Gosh, that'll be in the past now. Insert epic backlog setting montage here. Actually, I won't be totally offline after the surgery. I'll just be one-handed. Streaming without the use of my left hand for 4 hours just a few days after surgery should be entertaining. Number 2, today's gas, another classic Sudoku. Wow, we are steeped in classics today. Is a great example of my tendency to procrastinate. I set this puzzle last month with the intent of using it as an example for a YouTube Sudoku theory video, and I've put off posting it for weeks. so that I could include a link to that video, and predictably that video is not ready yet. Instead, I am going to say that I will include a link in my next GASS in order to put pressure on myself to actually get it recorded. And number 3, does every list really need at least 3 items? Could I have gotten away with 2, or would the style gods smite me for such hubris? Well, I think lists certainly don't need 3 items, although if you listen to British politicians, they've all been on the same course where it sounds much more impressive to list 3 things than just 2. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's it in Bill's puzzle, which is this procrastination. Yes, okay. The dinosaur is a knackered Kunmingosaurus. Well, good luck to future Philip in the past with his surgery. And I dare say, within the next couple of GASS videos, or 3, we'll find out how it went. Then we get to October the 17th, Clover. I mean, maybe somebody will post in the comments to tell me that Philip's okay. October 17th, we have Clover's Zone or Killer. Some excerpts, writes Clover, from the files of the GASS complaint department. From Zony Zonason. What's with all the killer Sudoku? It makes me want to kill a Sudoku. Get it? Ha ha ha. Killer Sudoku fan 123 says, every time I see a puzzle that has cages but isn't my beloved killer, I cry actual tears. Why are you making me cry, GASS team? Why? But you know, says Clover, I think today is one of those days where we can make everybody happy. Here's a killer Sudoku stroke zone Sudoku ambiguity GASS. Enjoy. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each cage is either a killer cage or a zone cage. In killer cages, all of the digits in the cage sum to the value indicated by the small clue in the corner of the cage. In zone cages, the clue in the corner tells you some or all of the digits that appear in that cage. For instance, a clue of 2, 3, which I'm not going to read as 23, would mean that the cage contains both a 2 and a 3. You'll have to decide which cages are which. There's 1 or 2 I can see there that I know straight away. The dinosaur is an ambiguous Amargasaurus. And the next puzzle is called Bull Believer by Bill. And anyone got a spare $500, says Bill, so I can go to Golden Plains Music Festival? I am absolutely not good for it. No? Okay. It's my favourite place on earth. There's one tradition among many of the boot. Legend has it, one year, local institution and publican James Young had imbibed a few things of various legality and was very much enjoying the band Old Crow Medicine Show, so he ripped off his boot and held it aloft in a show of enjoyment. To his surprise, everyone around him also did the same thing, and ever since it's been a tradition to rip a shoe off and hold it aloft as a sign of this is the best set this weekend. In lieu of me not being able to rip my shoe off for the band Wednesday in March next year, today's killer Sudoku goes out to them. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages must sum to the given total. The dinosaurs are golden goyocephaly. And P.S., Bill says, this Sudoku is unique without givens, but you do need to spot 2 of the funniest hidden singles I've ever seen. We're not going to get that version. We've got the version with givens. So try that if you want to, but you'll have to set it up yourself. Right, the final puzzle. We have... It's called Free Range Killer by Philip, who says, I stopped procrastinating, and he's provided a link to the video on his previous GASS procrastination. And there's a bonus puzzle in the description. So if you go to the Discord server, look up the link for that video, you will find a bonus puzzle there, as well as Philip's video on procrastination. Today's GASS and my next one is part of a proud tradition at GASS HQ. Occasionally, I have to take some sort of medicine which makes me a bit loopy. Pain medication after surgery, Benadryl for seasonal allergies. Rather than taking it easy like a normal person, I solicit variant suggestions from the team and set while drugged. Warning, do not operate heavy machinery to set Sudoku. This doesn't have anything to do with the drugs, it just doesn't make sense. Bill suggested this variant, quadruples, but it's the sum of the surrounding cells, which probably has a name already, but I'm thinking of it as a sort of overlapping killer Sudoku without the restriction on repeated digits, thus free range killer. Clover suggested something absolutely cursed, so you've got that to look forward to. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Values in corner circles give the sum of the digits in the surrounding 4 circles, which may repeat if allowed by other rules. So those digits add up to 26. Alarm. These are not quadruples. If you try to solve this as a quadruples puzzle, it will break horribly. Right, the dinosaur there is it feels like it's the misprint in this, a narcotic Nopchas Nopcs is written here. I don't know. Nopsasa spondylus. I don't know what dinosaur that is or why there would be one called that. Right, I'm going to say that despite there being 6 puzzles, this is some of the least variant Sudoku we've done in GASS. 3 classics to start, which is very weird because Bill's provided 2 and then Philip provided 1. Clover's got cages, and I admit some of them aren't killer cages, some of them are zone cages. Then there's a cage, i.e. killer Sudoku by Bill, and then a sort of zone puzzle by Philip. I suppose it's not really. Nah, it's not. It's I mean, it's killer-like as well. We have to add the regions. I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, give them a try. See how you get on. You may get better as you go in this stream. I am going to reset my clock each time so I know my time. Let's get cracking with a classic. We've got a 3 in box 2 and a 1 in box 2 and a 2-9 pair that can't be resolved. Look, symmetry, because it's Bill, isn't it? So there's going to be crazy amounts of symmetry. 7 and 9 there. That's what the symmetry is giving us. 1 and 8. The 9 has fixed 2 and 9. That's 2 boxes completely done. That's a naked single 3. Couldn't have been any other digit. 2, 5 and 8 there. 2, 8. 1, 4, 7 here. The maximum break gives us a symmetric 7 there. Right, now I'm going to look across the grid finally. That's probably not a great place to start. Trying to select the places where most givens are already existing. I'm not finding a lot of consonants actually in terms of the numbers that already appear. See, that is classic symmetry again. 1, 8, 9, 4. You could probably fill this in as the rotational symmetric squares add up to 10. And I bet you'd be right throughout. 4, 8, 9, 7, 2, 1. That is a naked 5. Right, that is a useful spot. So by symmetry, this is going to be a naked 5 as well. It is. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, yes, you could have got quite some way with that principle that I was suggesting a moment ago. Like, you could put 5 in the middle of the grid straight away once you know that. That's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 9. But I am solving this on pure Sudoku principles, don't worry. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could eliminate some of those, but it would take time, and we're speeding along at the moment. So, no. A 3 somewhere there. 3, 1, 5. Okay, the speeding along stop, but that's where 6 goes in box 3. So that is where something 4. Yeah, that is where 4 goes in box 7. I mean, why can't I use symmetry a little better? 4, 3, 6 now. 8, 7, 1. That is a naked 5 again. So I bet that is. Yes, it is. Now, I'm not using symmetry to solve the puzzle. I'm just using symmetry to look at the cells that help to solve the puzzle, which is a very different thing, I can assure you. That's a naked 1, so we can finish the row. Let's see if we can finish row 1. We've got 2, 5 and 9. That must be a 9. That's a 2. 5 in the corner. 5, 4, 9, 6, 8, 7. We've got a 6 there. 7, 8 pair. That's 9. That is also 7 or 8. Let's go down the column then. That leaves a 2, 3 pair. 7, 4, 8, 1, 6, 5. That's now a 2. That's 3. We've got a 9 to finish the box. We've got a 2, 1, 3 to finish another box. 1, 3, 6 over here. That's 3, that's 1, that's 6. 2 there. That's now 7, 9, 8. That makes that 7. And finishing off very quickly, 2, 8, 1. Oh, not quite finishing off because there's 2 cells left to do. 3 minutes 38. I felt I was going quicker than that, but we will remember that time and we will add it to the time for this puzzle. Restart here. 4, 6, 5, 8. That's a naked 3 straight away. Oh, 3 in the corner, having a little party. That's an 8, 9 pair. 4, 6, 5. Okay, let's go down the column then. 4, 5, 6. That was a useful plan. That is naked as well, and I wonder if we've got it looks like we've got the same principle applying here. 7, 1, 2, 9, 8, 3, by which I mean that rotationally symmetrical cells in this puzzle add up to 10 every time, which you could use to solve it. We could, for instance, stick a 5 there, but I'm going to prove that by Sudoku instead. And one of these days, Bill will produce something wicked where it looks like it does that, and then it just doesn't at the end. So I don't want to get trapped by that. 4, 7, 6, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 4. That is a 9, 8, 7 triple. 3, 2, 1. That's a 6, 5, 4 there. That's going well. 9, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, there's something more obvious here. Let's do this box. Yes, 1, 2, 3 triple in that. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So 6, 5, 4 must be right. That is 7 or 8, so that's a 9. That is going to be 8, 7, 6, 9, 5, 4. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So 1 goes in there. That makes that a 1. That's a 7, 8 pair in the row. 2, 9, 3 in this row still to go. And this is a 5 as predicted in the center. 7 or 8 there. That's a 6, 2 or 3 there. 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 6. So that's 8 or 9 and that's 7. That can't be 7. 6, 7, 4, 5, 3. We need 1. Nah, that's not so clear to me. 5 goes there though. 7, 5, 6. That is 1, 2 or 8. 4, 9, 7, 8, 5, 6. That's 1 or 2. That's 3. 3, 9, 4, 6, 5. That's a naked 8. That's going to be helpful. The Naked 8 is not the title of a book by Desmond Morris, which I read as a young boy. That was called The Naked Ape instead. That's 7. 5 and 9 there. That's an 8. That 8 gives us a 9 there. That gives us a 3 at the bottom. That gives us a 2 in the middle. 2, 3. Let's do this. It's a 1, 2, 8. Now we're finishing off. 1, 2, 9, 8. 2, 3. We've got 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So 3 minutes 12 to add to 3 minutes 38. That is 6 minutes 50. So as long as the 2 hat time is 7 minutes or more, I will score the 2 hats, and the time was 11 minutes for the 2 hats. So that's fine. Let's have a go at Phillips. Procrastinated. Gas. Classic. Right, let's go. So, got a 2 in one of those cells. 2, 6, 1, 9, 6, 1, 3, 8. 9 in column 8 is there. 5 is there. And a 2, 4, 7 triple. The other cells there are 6, 1, 8. Let's look along the bottom row. No, row 8 is what I mean. 5 there. 2, 3, 4 triple. 8, 1, 6 to place. Now that's not so clear cut as in the other box we looked at. But that is a 7, 3 pair that we can fill in. And then there's a 2, 6 pair in the rest of that box. That's a 4, 9, 8 pair going up the column. 1, 5 and 6 to place. We can do the 5, yes. We can do the 6 and 1, 2. This is now a 6, 7, 8 triple. The other cells in the box are 2, 4, and 9. And in this box, 6, 5, 1, 2, 9, we've got a 7, 3 pair. Can't do the 8, 4 pair yet. That's a 1, 2 pair. This is a 4, 5 pair that are done. Now, we'll look at this, 3, 8, 6. So there's the 6. 2, 9 there. How are we doing for this 2, 4, 7? Better, but not complete. So now we need to move into the central box, I think. Feels like I'm being led there anyway. 1, 6, 9, 4. Oh, 5 is in the center. Feels like a Bill Murphy puzzle. And indeed, this might have the same property as the other one. Yeah, it does look like it, with those rotationally symmetrical squares adding up to 10. How bizarre. 3, 5, 9, 9, 4, 5, 2, 7. Right, what digit should I be focusing on now? Feels like a bit of a sticking point, weirdly. Oh, that's a 2, 4 pair, is it? 3, 2, 4, 5, 9. So that is a naked 7 once we take that into account. Then we go 8, 6, 1. So let's look down here. We've got a 6, 8 pair. 2, 3, 4, 9 to place. 3, 2, 9, 4. And that's going to sort out these triples, I imagine. Yeah, that's lovely. And that one. 4. Yeah. This is good. That we start with 6, 8, 1. That's going to do all the corners. Let's find out if we get a 3 in any of them. We won't. 8, 9, 8, 4. And now we've just got the rows 4, 5, 6 to finish off. Box 5, we're down to 6 and a 4. There we go. 3 minutes and 8 seconds. And the 2-hat time was 5 minutes. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's a really straightforward puzzle, but with a very good flow to it. I wonder if you have to get that 5 in the middle. Kind of that 2, 4 spot, or the equivalent 6, 8 spot there, seemed absolutely vital to me in terms of getting it done quickly. Anyway, we will move on away from classics now to Zone or Killer by Clover, where now this zone rule, just to re-emphasize, this cage either adds up to 19 or has a 1 and 9 in it, for instance. Okay, let's go. So this cage has 2 7s. This one has 2 5s. Their totals are otherwise nonsense. In fact, the 19 cages are clearly nonsense as well in terms of totals. So they must be the 2 digits. And the 23 cage is the same once it's 2 cells. Don't know about those. That 24. Okay, so those are the clearly, doesn't matter what this is, it's got the same result in the middle. That's quite amusing. Now we've got a 1 there, and we can't put a 9 in here, so it must add up to 9. Okay, there's the same thing going on in the other corner. That can't be a 3. Right, let's pick on another cage. I can't, no, this could be a 9 and 8. Oh, it can't be a 1 and 7 because of the 7s, right. So that is 9 and 8, and we know where the 9 goes. The same is true here. There's almost too many 9s in the puzzle now, but I think it's probably going to turn out to be the right number of 9s, which is 9. Now, these can't have 5s in, and they can't have 7s in because of that pair. So they're both 9, 6 pairs. Oh, that's very clever. Right, well, it's very neat. It's very neat indeed. I mean, it is clever, but it is also very neat. I still don't know about 13 and the 14, or 1, 3 and 1, 4 as they might be. So, 2, 3, 4, 1, 9, 6. 5, 7 and 8 to place here. See, 9, 2, 3, 5. I'm just trying to do Sudoku for now. 5 in the final column has to be there. That's then a 6 and 7, 8 pair. Now, there's a 2, 3 pair looking at that. That was a 4. I don't know how I managed to eliminate 3 but not 2 from that cell. That's got to be 8. This is a 6, 7 pair. 1, 9, 5. So, what about this? If it's 1 and 3, it's that way round. If instead it adds up to 13, it's not with a 9 or a 5. It would have to be 6, 7. I don't know the answer. I think uniqueness maybe tells me that it's not going to be the 6, 7 option, but I can't see what else tells me that. 3 and 4 can't go in those cells, so the other 3 or 4 in that cage is there. That's quite neat. Then we've got 6 or 7 there, and that's going to do it for that question we had a moment ago. This can't be a 6, 7 cage or it would break that. So it is a 1 and a 3. 9, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maybe we're going to have to go up to the top and see if the same... no, we've got a 3, 4 pair in the box. That fixes 2 there. Then I've got a 7, 8 pair remaining in the row, so that petered out. That's a 7 in the column. 5, 6, 8. That's going to sort out 8, 7. 5, 7, 8, 9, 6. So by Sudoku, we've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 here. Now, for that to be a 12 clue, that would have to be 3 or 4, and that 8 or 9, which it can't be. So it is a 1 and a 2, and we put the 2 there and the 1 there. And I expect that was exactly the same logic we were using at the bottom. It just felt like approach from a slightly different angle this time to me. That's a 2, that's 3 or 4. The 1 has fixed that. 2, 1, 3, 4, 9. 7 is there. These are from 5, 6, and 8. Okay, we'll go across this row if we can now. Not very far. 2 there, though. Has fixed 4 and 2. 7 has fixed 6 and 7. That's a 6. That's 5. That's 7. 6. Just leaving the 3s and the 4s to sort out for later. 4, 3, 9, 2, 7. That's a 5, 6 pair. We know the order. That's an 8, 1 pair. Now this is not a 14 gauge. It's a 1, 4. That's 2. That's 8. This isn't. That 8 has made 7 and 5 possible there. We're getting 8. I bet this 2, 3 is done. It is. So that does the 3, 4 pair. That gives us a 4. I've got 2 3s in this row. Yeah, that should have been a 2, 4 pair. The 3 there is right. I've just mistyped. Okay, well that's fixed my problem. I don't think that caused other difficulties. If it did, sorry for any deductions I've made under a false assumption. Don't think I have, but I could be wrong about that because it's easy to lose track. There's 3 in the corner, losing its religion as we complete the puzzle. In 5 minutes 43, the 2-hat time was 8 minutes, and that was very interesting. Some very neat steps in that, as you'd expect from Clover. Okay, Bull Believer, which is to do with Bill's festival, isn't it? So let's see if this is the puzzle we wave our boot at today. Yeah, it's just a killer. Okay, let's go. So we'll use the secret on this row. 15, 26, 36, that's a 9 to make 45. Don't tell anyone that secret. This row, 5, 14, 31, 44, that's a 1. That's a 1, 2 cage. Oh, no. This is the way to do it. That's a 3, 4 cage. This is a 5, 6 cage. That's a 7, 8 cage. I think I know what the totals down here are going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8. They can be written in. Then we've got a 1, 2 there. That's a 2, 4 because 1's been used in the row. It gets a bit trickier. There's an X-wing on 2s there. That digit is 6 or 7, so that's 8 or 9. This can't use 4 or 5, so that's a 3-9 pair. Okay, so then we go 8, 7, 6, 7. We've got a 4, 5, 6 triple there, 7, 8, 9 at the bottom, 1, 2, 6 here. These maybe not actually worth the time to mark them. Now, we can't put 2, 9 or 4, 7 into that. It also can't be 3, 8, because that can't be either of those digits, so it must be 6, 5. This now can't be 5, 6, 9, 2 or 4, 7, so it's 3, 8. Let's see what we can do here. This can't have a 1 in it or a 3, so it's 2, 5. This one is not 2, 7, 5, 4 or 3, 6, so it's 1, 8. This one isn't 5, 6, 2, 9 or 8, 3, so it's 4, 7. So as well as me thinking that I'm helping you by listing all the combinations, I actually need to do that in my head anyway, because otherwise, I kind of feel like I ought to have been able to come up with a better method in my life by now to figure out which one of an 11 or 9 combination is left. But unfortunately, I still have to just cycle through the possibilities in my mind. 1 and 7 there. Luckily, I can keep talking to you about that while the other part of my brain somehow keeps solving this puzzle. And that is quite weird as well, that the brain allows that. 3, 1 now. I've just got to disambiguate everything in these columns. 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Okay, I can probably do, let's finish off this column, column 3 if we can. And I think we can, or maybe we can't. Yes, we can now. And then we can probably do all of these columns, 2, 1 and 2. 9, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 4, 6, 4, and at the top 6, 5. So just the central 3 columns to go now. 8, 9, 4 is done, 5, 6. 2, 5, 9 in the center. We will come back to that. 9, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1, 2, and what was it? 2, 5, 9 in the center. There we go. 3 minutes 21. So we're racing along today. The target time for 2 hats there was 7 minutes. And then we can look at Philip's free range killer. I'm just going to crack into it and see how we go. We're getting the sums of these quads. Okay, so let's go. That's got to be a 1, 2, 1, 2 combination to make 6, and that has to be a 9, 8, 9, 8 combination. Okay, that's a decent spot, but I don't know quite what we do next. 26 and 26, and they can't share 9 and 8. Is that interesting? I don't know. It doesn't feel quite interesting enough, actually. That's quite difficult maths for me. Right, 26 could be 9, 8, and a pair adding up to 9. These two have to add up to the same as those two, because both sums would then subtract that. 26 here. That's the way. 2 there, 9, 8, 7. That's how that has to be. And we get 1s there and a 2 there. Does that mean this 14? Yes, it is doable. 8, 3, and a 1, 2 pair. That's 9, 8, 9. Okay, so that is a start. There's a 1 in one of those cells and in one of those. Right, so this 26 clue, it's got an 8 in it. Maybe this one, which doesn't have an 8. 9, 7, 6, 4. Is that mandatory? I think it is. Yes, it is. There's no other way of making it up once the 8's gone. And then this could... it's got to have a 2 in by Sudoku. Oh, this is nice. 10 there. So they have to add up to 10 so that these can add up to a common I don't know what to call it, subtrahend. How about that, maths geeks? 7, 8, and 9. That's 7 or 8. Those are from 7, 8, 9. This is where 1 goes now, thanks to the pencil marking. 1, 8, 9, 7. Now, I probably can do something clever here with that. 1, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 3, 4, 6. That is definitely right. So 4, 1, 6, and 3 somewhere. 1, 3, 4, 6. This, oh, it's not the same. 5 is the maximum it could be. Minimum it could be. 5, 7, 5, 2, 3, 4. Could it be a 7? Yes, it could. That's not as clear cut to me at all. Still got 2 clues left, the 14 and the 26. These are such similar numbers appearing everywhere. As always, there's a bit of an extra challenge from Philip, isn't there? Oh, that's a naked, or not naked, that's a hidden 3 now. 9, 1, 3, 2, 6, so that's 4 or 5. Okay, so the minimum there is 3, 4, and here, so it is a 4, 3. Oh, okay, I should just have looked at that. So I bet the maxima here, 7, 6, 7, 6, that's what they are, right. There we go. So that's all the clues done. That's not a 6, so that's 4. What happened up here? That becomes a 6. Now, 7, that can't be a 3. It's got to be a 1 with a 7 there to avoid repeats. There we go. So now I can fill in 5, 8, 9. I must be able to do this 5, 3, 1 now. 2 and 5 in the row, 8 and 4 in the column. Those that aren't 8, that is 8, 6, 4, 3. That's going to have to be 5. That's going to have to be 1. 7, 4, 9. I don't think there's going to be anything difficult left to do in this puzzle. It's really just completion now. 4, 1, 5. This row, that was very bad pencil marking, but we have survived it. 3, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 9, 6, 2 there. 7 and 4 at the top. 5 and 3 at the top there. 2, 8, 9 here. Let's nip over here. 5 and 8 we can do. So now that's 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 9 in the corners there. 2 and 6 in those cells. I've finished with the clues. I said that and I was right. So let's just do Sudoku. 2, 9, 7, 9. Yes, there we go. 7, 9. 5 minutes 38. Very nice puzzle. Free range killer by Philip. And the 8-minute 2 hat time has been achieved. So back on track with 5 days worth of 2 hat times. Picture me wearing my 10 party hats and ignoring the dinosaurs as I go out. And that is today's gas. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back with more Sudoku tomorrow. And as always, a pleasure to do business with you. Bye for now.